Hello and welcome to 7 Alternatives to Catan. Now, I'm quite an unusual board gamer in that I do not like Catan, but lots of people do like Catan and it gets played a lot. Maybe you're one of those people who played it a lot and are looking for the next game to play, or maybe like me, you don't actually like Catan. So I'm going to go through 7 games that have elements that are similar to Catan and let you know what those are, and maybe you'll find your next new game in that. Firstly, I'm focusing on resources and using resources to do things. And the first one is Crown of Emerald. This is a game that is a little bit under the radar. It got a little bit of buzz when it came out, but it's a fantastic game with 2 boards. And each board has 4 pieces, and you move around these boards in a circle, and how far you move is which space you land on is your action. Now, one of the boards in the base setup is all about getting resources, and the other board's all about using them. So you have to plan to get your resources, what you're going to spend them on, and there's a little bit more depth in that than there is in Catan, and there's a very clever scoring system where you're actually scoring 2 different scores, and you will only get the lowest one. So you need to take a balanced approach. There's some very clever card play as well, but the thing that kind of links it back to Catan is that use of resources. You don't trade them in this game directly with other players, but you will be using those resources for your purposes, and there's a little bit of a race element to be the first to use those in certain situations to get more points. Next up we have Nushford, which is a Uwe Rosenberg game, and this one, rather than the traditional farming setting, is a fishing setting. And what I really like about this one, again, you're getting resources, you're using those resources to build things, but what I really like about this one is you have a choice to feed the elders and to put these fish into the elders' meal plates, which will give you various bonuses. And you can actually lose your fish to other players if you're not careful in many ways. It's one of the more, it's quite a jump from Catan, but it's not one of the heavier Uwe Rosenberg games. It's one that I really like, and I wish I got to play more. But again, that's on resources and not really trading, so use of resources there. Jaipur is a game that simulates trading for 2 players only. It's not a very complex game. You have your hand of cards and the other player has their hand of cards, and you have a trade row in the middle, and you're trying to get sets of the best types of goods to then sell for the most money. It has a really clever system that uses camels, where camels can count as extra things in your hand, but to swap with the market, but if you have the most camels at the end, you're going to get points. So do you use those camels to get yourself some goods, knowing that the other person's probably going to scoop up all those camels and maybe get the extra points? Will it be worth it? It's a very clever and very unique take on trading. If you're looking for something that's a bit more in your face, a bit more direct interaction with people, then Cosmic Encounter doesn't necessarily involve trading, but it does involve negotiation, in that you're all going to play different alien races with different unique powers, and on your turn you're going to be an attacker and you're going to decide where to go, how to resolve that, and you're going to negotiate with people. Do people come and help you? Do they come and help the defender? There's a lot of back and forth, and if your favourite part of Catan is the trading, the talk around that trading, then Cosmic Encounter might be a good game for you. Concordia is a game that has some of the similar elements to Catan, in that you'll be building things on the map. They don't necessarily have to be in a route this time, and you'll be using resources to help you. What it has on top of Catan, it has this really clever card system, where every card you add to your deck is going to be one of the gods, and that's your end game points right there, and you can get quite a lot of points just collecting the right cards, but of course you have to use everything else like your resources and where you put things on the map to the best of your ability to do so. Concordia. Brass is a game that definitely has route building in it. You're building your canals and then your railways, and you're using those to transport and sell your stock all over the place. My favourite out of the 2 new ones is Brass Birmingham. I like the beer in that you're transporting around with the little wooden barrels. But yeah, you're building these routes out across the map, trying to predict what's going to be the best place to go, trying to maybe get there before other people, or go somewhere else where you've got good access to all the trade routes, to the ports and all those sorts of things. Brass is a very good game for that level of elements. And then lastly, Ragusa is a newer game, and this again, it's going on the kind of map, the hexagon map and the resources, and sort of is not route building, but where you place your houses. You only have 12 trade houses in the whole game, and where you place them will dictate which resources you get. You're always placed next to 3 hexes and you get those resources. Then in the bottom half of the map is a town, and instead of getting resources, you're then using your resources to take actions. But once your little house is in one of those trading houses in one of those action spaces, it possibly will get, well, it more than likely will get activated again as other people take those actions and you get to do them again. So you're kind of building an engine that everyone can see. So where you place your bits is really important, and there's some really nice resource management in that, which is all done through a tracking on a player board, so you're not handling components all the time like cards or wooden pieces. So there we have it, my 7 recommendations as alternatives to Catan that take something from Catan and then build on it are Crown of Emerald, Nushford, Jaipur, Concordia, Brass, Cosmic Encounter and Ragusa. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe our videos. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter as well to keep up with our giveaways and our content that we put out. See you next time.